Hey friends, I'm Crystal Bergfield. Thank you for being here. I'm really excited to begin this course with you. We are going to consider this our first class or our first session together, so welcome to school. As any great teacher would do, we will spend our first class going over a few guidelines, a little bit more about the class, and then I'll go through the syllabus. Let's get to it. I created this curriculum with you in mind. You are a functioning American adult, or maybe close to it. Maybe you're in high school, and I love that you're listening to this curriculum. But you are an adult who has a super busy life. And so I created this course in a way that you would be able to access it on your time. I recognize that you are super busy. You may have kids, you might have a job or two, you might be going to school additionally. So I wanted to make this a space where you can have access to it and you can go through it when you have time, but in small chunks. So these aren't going to be 30-minute classes. They're not going to be an hour-long class. A lot of the material will take you between 10 and 15 minutes. Once in a while we'll have a longer discussion, but for the most part, just think about spending 10 minutes, let's say 30 minutes a week on education. Wow, how great would that be to be able to learn a good amount of material, and I'm going to be offering quite a bit here, but to learn so much with 30 minutes a week and to really get your brain firing and to get you thinking. We know that education or knowledge is power. And so by me offering education, offering knowledge, I am giving you power. Because that's the person I am. I love the power that I found through learning, through studying and reading and observing, and so I want to pass that on to you. So what this course is giving you is all of my knowledge and experience, the over 200 courses that I've taken in my adult life, and as well as my experience and my reflections. So you get all of that sped up into one course where you get to learn about our country. We as Americans have some issues right now. We're going through some growing pains. And when I take a moment to reflect on them, I realize that these growing pains are being caused by rapid growth, yes, but also a clash of cultures, a clash of us being told, some of us being told that this is the way it is and this is how it will always be, and others saying, but yes, I get it, that's how it's always been, but it hurts and it doesn't feel good and children are dying. And so we're in this space of clashing, and what we need is understanding. We need education. Any population who is more educated is more prosperous. They are happier. And so it's my goal to give you the education that I know to be able to help you. I recognize that it is really expensive to have an education in this country. Luckily for myself, I had the GI Bill, I had scholarships out of high school, I had grants, and I did take out a few loans for school. And after I got out of college, I took some other professional courses, and I did so through bartering. I wasn't able to offer them money, but I could work for them, and so I did that in a few courses. So I understand more than anybody how expensive and how difficult it is to get an education, which is why I'm offering this for free. I believe that all Americans should have the same opportunity when it comes to education, that we should all be able to understand our country, our systems, ourselves, so that we can make better decisions for ourselves and our families. This curriculum will address a lot of misunderstandings in our country. For example, everyone is arguing about immigration and building a wall right now. But nobody is talking about the immigration system being a black hole. We have pinched pennies and skipped payments, and now we are paying the price. Immigrants are waiting in line. They're taking the right steps, but they're waiting in line for sometimes over 10 years to become a citizen in this country. Sometimes they will never become a citizen. They're in line, but they're not being told if they will become a citizen or not. And so the system is broken there. We have the same issues with the IRS. They continue to cut the budget of the IRS and now are no longer able to cover or to address all of the audits coming through the IRS system. And thus, we have a broken system. Some of us are paying our taxes, others aren't even filing, and who the hell knows what's going on because there aren't enough IRS workers to address it all. We don't need more politics. We don't need any more arguments, and even the legislation. We don't need a lot of legislation. What we need is education and understanding. So let's start here. I'm going to read through my syllabus quickly, but you should take a few minutes to read it on your own. It's on my on this site, so find it. All right, so this is my syllabus, and I wanted to mention that I used a template that was provided by the Teaching Center at Washington University. And I did this because for those of you who have never been to higher education, or for those who went many years ago, you get to see kind of what these things look like these days in higher education. And in one particular area, I left some of their content so you can see what they're talking about in college these days. So at the top of the syllabus, you see my name, my website's there, my email address, and even my social media contact. I love to have conversations, to hear from you all as you're going through this course, and I'm always here to help you if you need that. That's what it's about in learning, right? We support one another, and if I don't know the answer to something, I'll find out. I'll get those resources. So reach out. Additionally, if you are enjoying the course and you decide you want to host me in your town, I would love to come and host a training, a course, a listening tour where I can listen to what you all are hearing or teaching, but I would love to be a part of your community, and I'll even volunteer. Let's do it. So the course description. I will share societal truths that affect us all. Each month we will focus on one major topic that affects every American. And each week we will explore a specific area of that topic. This will be done through podcast, video, written content, and other resources for your consumption. The curriculum is multidisciplinary, which means that I combine several academic disciplines and professional specializations in an approach to every topic or problem. Because my background in education is so varied, I use all that I know. That's just how it goes. Once we absorb it in, it's hard to keep things separate, and we just start to speak with our new knowledge. Gain a clear picture of American history. When we understand our history, we can learn from it. This is not about memorizing facts or when or where, but this is about discussing how events in our history have affected where we are today. So for example, slavery, it's affected us. Whether we want to talk about it or not, it's a part of our history and we have to address it. We need to talk about it because the more we understand, the more we can get beyond it. Develop critical thinking skills to better navigate and participate in American society. This course will get you to think. You will be thinking, and your head may hurt, but I want you to keep thinking. Understand American society as a complex organism. We have many systems here in the U.S., and they are all interwoven. Our education system is affected by healthcare. Our healthcare is affected by criminal justice. Our criminal justice is affected by immigration. They all marry, okay? So we're going to talk about all of them. Feel prepared to navigate difficult conversations with others around you. So in my approach, I talk about things in a way that we can all understand and to lower our defenses. So in watching me teach, I hope that you can gain some new tools for having these conversations without saying you're wrong or you're stupid or feel like you're being offended, but we can have actual conversations like neighbors, like community members once again in the United States. And finally, expand your consciousness. Elevate yourself, learn something, grow. That's what we're here to do. The daily homework or the work. The work is to listen and to learn. You will be asked to consider new ideas, think about your life, and think about our country. The homework is always to think. Open your mind and consider what you hear. Try to understand what is said. Like any other educational course, the material being offered up to you is up to you to receive. While we are learning about political content, this is not the place for political debate and arguing. Political discussion and adding to the conversation is welcome, but leave the drama to your mama. It doesn't solve anything, and you will hear me say this over and over. I'm here to teach truth that doesn't get talked about, and if you can't handle it, don't take the course. I know better than most about how complex our country is, and my course material is here for you to consume if you wish. All right, major assignments. Your major assignment is to try and learn and grow. If you take this course seriously and begin thinking about curriculum being taught, your mind and your understanding of others around you will expand. This course is taught simply to help you. Put in the thought work and be willing to think beyond your current capacity. You will be stretched, but you will also be a better human for it. Class participation in this class will evolve. Understand that the work we do is progressive. So first we'll start to challenge thoughts, and then we'll start to think about new thoughts, and then we will create new ideas in our head. Our work will then become about observation. From there we can begin to talk about it, and finally we can act on it. All along we are reflecting, and this is the process of growth. So grading. There are no grades, but I left this in here because I want you at the beginning of this course to take a moment and notice your state of mind. Are you agitated, happy, frustrated, confused, other? That's all I want you to do, is just notice where you're at. The beauty of education is that we become different when we learn, we evolve. And so as we learn, we start to think different, feel different, and act different. At the end of this course, I will ask you to again notice where you're at. Maybe you will be more frustrated knowing all of this. Maybe you'll feel a little bit more lost, but maybe you'll feel more empowered to be able to make great decisions for yourself and your family. All right, course-specific support or supplementary instruction. I am open to other discussions and live Q&As, coming to your town. I'm open to all of it. I want to be here to support you, and I want to have conversations, critical conversations. I'll be on your podcasts, I'll be on your videos, on your interviews. Invite me in, because this is all about learning and growth. Let me know how I can support your learning and growth. Finally, so I mentioned a little bit about leaving some stuff in here that was by Washington University. Check it out. It's a beautifully written statement that they have about inclusive learning environment. Attendance policy, basically put in the work. Do the work and you'll see the results. That's how anything goes. If you're on a diet, you got to put in the work or you won't see the results. Put it in. Technology policy, share this curriculum with people. If you feel like somebody you know could use it, share it with them. Give it as a gift. All right, digital etiquette. I'm just going to read this out. What is appropriate communication in this course? This course teaches respect through understanding. As respect is taught, it is also expected to be practiced. There is respect in conversation, comments, debates, rebuttals, and refusals. When interacting with others on any forum relating to this course, respect is expected. Any deviation from respect will be called what it is. No mudslinging, no senseless argument. If you have an argument, it should be backed with data, depth, and truth. May truth and honesty prevail. May we treat one another with respect and learn from one another as we learn together. Finally, I'm just going to go over a few pieces, our topics. So as I mentioned, month by month we'll break down. In March, we'll be talking about jobs and wages. Then in April, we'll talk about taxes. And in May, we'll begin talking about healthcare. Those are the first 3 months, okay? You can get the rest of the months on the syllabus. So in each month, we're going to break them down week by week. The very first week of every topic, we'll talk about the history or the foundation, where we are right now, where we've come from. The second week, we'll talk about the money trail. I've heard a wise saying that goes, if you want to know the truth about something, follow the money. So that's what we're going to do. The third week, we'll talk about how we stack up in the rest of the world. The fourth week, we'll talk about new ideas and solutions. So this will be more about data-backed solutions, things that are working, ideas that other people are already implementing here in the United States and across the world. And then some ideas that we haven't implemented but might make some really great sense. When we have a fifth week in a month, I will address a different topic. It might be on the same theme of the month, or it might be something completely different. It's just a bonus week. So that's everything. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your time. This was a little bit more than most of the curriculum will be, or right there at the close. Thank you for taking the time to learn about this class and to prepare yourself to learn. Reach out if you have any questions, and let's get learning.